Greetings everyone, Napoleon Complex here, and we're just getting straight back into the game. So let's have a look at the situation in Somerset. It's stable, but we probably don't have enough resources. And what I'm also worried about is the fact that, well, our economy is stabilizing, but it's still not very good. We've obviously got a rebellion going on here. We are going to crush it next turn. We have enough soldiers to do so. We could honestly do with some more. Okay, I'll send some troops home to deal with it, I suppose. So I think we may have to be on defense here. I suppose I've got more troops. No, I already withdrew them from here. Hordaland has completed its keep. Do I have somewhere where I can get access to Jom's Vikings? Is there anything that comes with that? What about the Master Blacksmith? Wells Armored Spearmen. And the Royal... There we go, the Royal Court. So that's going to let us build our ultimate soldiers. And anything else that needs to be built? Nope, we've already handled all of that. Right, let's pass the turn. Look at that. We're spending a lot of money on all of these farms. Right, let's deal with this rebellion. I'm not expecting this to be a hard battle, but we do need to try and... Oh my goodness. Okay. Right, if we could back up the hill actually. Because I want to avoid engaging with those archers until I absolutely have to. I want the spearmen to come forward and engage with us. Hopefully the archers aren't responding to us yet. I'm hoping they won't bother to go after the small screen of archers. So they'll be able to safely fire. I don't want to charge down onto that plain. I want to let the spearmen get up onto the hill first. Target the Celtic warriors. They're a much better target. Because they don't have the armour that the spearmen have. The enemy are attacking in the rain. That actually advantages their own archers, who are the much more dangerous force here. I would have hoped we'd do more damage than that. Okay, it's not causing much damage yet. Once they get onto the hill proper, I think now that we start to come forward. Penetrate through the gap here. I'll try and send those Viking Huskars and we'll try and break through the gap in their lines here. And just in case, we've got an even smaller force to act as a breakthrough force. We'll move the thralls up just as a reserve. I don't actually expect to use them in this battle. Right, go for the flanks. Break them here first. Okay, have the archers shoot there. They're being crushed from both flanks, so I do expect that group to break soon. Okay, have them go after the spearmen here. No trying to flank us. Landsmen, follow up and attack those archers. Break the archer line. We'll just keep chopping down these spearmen. They're being attacked basically from two sides there. Could have sent the thralls to help there if I'd been paying attention to it. I had other things on my mind. Hit those Celtic warriors. Uh-oh, right, careful, careful. Let's see. So I don't want to get hit on the downhill. I think our landsmen are great targets with their shields to protect them as they're facing away. Right, bring these units over. Now we can hit them from both sides. It does mean my 27 Viking they took down the enemy general. Oh, fantastic. Give those men the lion's share of the loot. Well, at least we can get a decent ransom. That might help a little bit with our money problems. I don't think we'll get much for these rabble, but We'll get something. This rabble. I know my enunciation and my pronunciation has been absolutely awful this campaign. It comes from trying to talk and think at the same time. Talk and concentrate at the same time. There we go. If they've refused the ransom, they're on to us. Bandits in power, so I don't care. Don't care about your alliances. That's not how we're doing things. Right. Guess we'll go for the border forts. No. Our income is improving, but we've got outgoing expenditures. At least that's stabilised our position somewhat. Cornwall is back under control. Right. We've obviously got our occupation force, but let's see if we can get our raiders back up and running. I'm going to try to hit Dorset next because they're starting to stabilise a little bit. We're starting to see drinking halls and things get set up. So what can I spare from my occupation force for that purpose? Well, I can give up some Viking landsmen. So I'll tell you what, we'll hit Sussex first. I'll take my general along. In fact, what to do is let him replenish. There, and that means I'm not going to be having a heart attack every time he takes to the field. I'm going to take some archers. No, I really just want to take the general here because I need this defense force here anyway. I would actually rather remember last time this happened, they just struck out of Dorset. No, I'm still going to attack at Dorset. Do we have recruitment? Oh, no, that's our next turn. I should be able. Yep, I should be able to take these 3 units from Cornwall. We'll attack into Dorset now. What they may do is just abandon Dorset and attack into Devon. So I'm going to send some of my landsmen to see if that will help. I have a really bad feeling about this. I don't want to lose those basic farms again. The whole point of this is to make money, not lose it. Okay, good. It worked. That was a risk. Okay. And our prince has matured. That gives me access to the commander of our second army. So if I'm not wrong... Oh no, wait, no, he's still of the same generation. Hopefully at some point someone of the new generation will take over. Because, wait, is that... Because I don't think... No, I suppose it must be King Harold's son. Yeah, this must be King Harold's son. So we've got Prince Sigurd now to draw upon. Now where is he? Where is Prince Sigurd? Okay, that's him. Right, he can now effectively be, although it will effectively be our champion, he can now be the leader of the army in Dorset. So I'll withdraw my champion back to form the third army. And while he's catching up, we'll assault Dorset Castle. In fact, what we can do is have our champion assault Dorset Castle. While our heir comes to command his army. Let's take a look. We've got some troops here. Okay, they can join the raiders. Or do I want them to join the main force that's trying to occupy? How's public order in Somerset coming along? It is getting there. We're getting to the point where we could think about attacking, but I think for now we'll reinforce our raiding parties in Dorset. Now I have a plan for a third army, and they are eventually going to, we can also bring these units in, they are eventually going to start capturing the outlying islands. So eventually we'll have 3 armies, each with distinct responsibilities. One is going to raid, one is going to occupy the island, and the other is going to take the outlying islands. Go for the drinking hall in Brega. And also we'll go for the gold mines, which can be worked by our thralls. Lagan, let's go for the drinking hall. So we are now starting to finally get manpower coming in. Once this army starts going, it's going to make it much easier to occupy the whole of Britain. Oops, got unrest problems here. Let's keep rolling out our naval. We now basically keep a naval reserve in around Jutland, just in case some of our vessels get damaged, because we don't need any more vessels out at the moment. So we can focus on building a powerful navy as a reserve. Okay, don't know why I'm hesitating. Oh, because Somerset needs something built. We'll go for the pagan shrine, please. Counterattacked. Right, I think this is a chance for revenge, because we have 8. We only have 8 units, but they are excellent units, and they're more than a match for what Prince Edward is leading into battle. So they've got some reinforcements. I'm not that worried about that, though it will anchor their force. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units of infantry, so they're barely a match for us as it is. The cavalry changes things somewhat, but if we can get into a forest somewhere, I don't think the archers will be too dangerous to our heavily armoured soldiers. If we play our cards right, we can win a great victory here. Right. Okay, not the best battlefield, but I think if we deploy forward, actually. So what I'm hoping to do is ambush them with my army suddenly appearing on them, or do I want to do that? I think I can't afford to be so afraid of the enemy cavalry. It's time to man up and be a little bit more aggressive. Oh, unless of course they appear right on the hill in front of us. Jesus. Charge! The one time I take a risk and look what happens. Still going for that breach there. Them to attack those groups. Attacking here. You lot, round the side, round the side! You're just going to end up crushing into the backs of our own troops. Reserve units, wait! And the forest also makes it hard for me to see what's happening. See, moving up. Oh, they're moving because they're okay. Move up and hold that position. Oh. Low. Move up, spread out. In a very cramped position at the moment. Viking landsmen through the centre. There's a breach. Stick back in reserve for now. Taking some arrow fire there. Hit them. Attack, and I need the reserves to go and cover that hole in our line. Eventually have my miss. Hold back, hold the defensive position. Don't like going down off the hill because that'll lead to a loss of momentum. Oh, we've got some reserves here. Throw them in. Go for the banners. The king's right there. Landsmen, keep them off our back. And that's all the reserves I've got, so those Huskars are going to have to be on their own. Right, they're trying to flank us. Bring in an attack. Where are you guys? They're right at the back. Perfect. Good. Bring them on. This is a dangerous situation. There's a hole forming in our lines. I could leave them to it. Fine, fine. Drive them off. I think we'll be able to take care of this. Their army is breaking up. I want Huscarls to go and deal with the enemy king. The rest of our army should... Right, I want this unit to stop chasing, drop in a line, make sure we don't have any surprises coming around our flanks. Get over that killing field! You lot, go after the archers. Is there anything else threatening us? It's fine, we're about to cut at this Bergman. We've got a reserve, everything's under control. Well, mostly under control. We've won. That's a humiliation for the English. I don't expect those archers are going to stick around. Once they're out of range, they're probably going to withdraw from the battlefield. So I'd rather not waste my stamina trying to chase them down. So if they keep sniping at us, we're going to have to do something. Go and drive them off, would you? Let's watch this last stand by the king. I think he might already be dead. No, of course there's a prince and it's not the king. Why did I think I was fighting the king? That's the end of it. Okay, they are going to make us chase them down. How unfortunate. Loose formation. Just because we're heavily armoured doesn't mean it's an excuse to use rubbish tactics. They're about to hit the end of that line. They should break quickly now. Still hear war horns. What's going on over on the right? I thought that was pretty much settled. Okay, that's it done. Proof that quality has a quantity all of its own. And no, I didn't misspeak. Surely one of them will get them. There we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. And no ransom again. Dorset. But that also means I couldn't finish the siege. Right, hold on. How much do I actually need to finish that siege? There is... Let's see. Some archers and some spearmen. Well, 2 good units should be able to deal with that. I'll dispatch my champion to deal with that. Because, let's see. Okay, good. My heir did survive. So I'll put my champion in charge of this auxiliary effort to take the castle at Dorset itself. And we are now going to strike into Sussex. Right. We should get that next turn. Don't think I built anything. Note. That's fine. So this should give us some loot once we manage to storm the castle and burn all the buildings. Have one group go through the gate and another group bring down the walls. Turn your attention to this unit. Unfortunately, the settlement is so thickly populated that there's no real road through to attack the archers. Actually put up a surprisingly tough fight there. And for some reason my Huskarls took this route, getting surrounded by everything in the process. Total War pathfinding, everyone. Oh, don't tell me there's an... Right, where are they? There they are. Go deal with it. You guys stay behind just in case they run back here. Okay, that helps restore our fortunes a little bit. And they're just withdrawn from Sussex. That's another 2,000, good. That started to rebuild our treasury a little bit. That's fine, we aren't planning on staying in Dorset anyway. Okay, that's going to delay our reinforcements from Norway. It might also cause loyalty problems because it's now completely cut off. Somerset's had a famine. So just about everything that could go wrong did go wrong that turn. Thankfully, Hordaland has actually stayed loyal despite the issues. We'll take out a Drakkar from our naval reserve. So yeah, can't bring these guys out. That was the whole point of that problem. Let's do our building. So we've got our gold mine here. Keep building it up. More gold, more slaves. And we'll continue to build up our economy and make this land ours. Start recruiting Viking landsmen en masse. So that's 3 Viking landsmen that are now coming out per turn. And these are men that I settled Ireland with. So that should give me a lot of available reinforcements now. Now obviously we're not planning on staying in Dorset. We're going to attack Sussex and leave. Since that's my champion's army, I think I'll just burn the warrior hold here and go home. Unfortunately, I can't expand now with using my conquering army because of the public order issues. Let's see. Things have calmed down in Cornwall a little bit, but they're just thralls. I'll bring them over just to help maintain public order here. Just to help, but well, no, can't really. Okay, I'll bring over everything but the thralls. That way things will at least improve a little bit in Somerset. How are things in Def? Okay, so we've got public order under control in Defnas. That allows me to bring up these archers. But why don't we just move things through to here? Okay. Now what does that mean for Somerset? 161. Actually, we get burning things down in Dorset now because I think we can move in to... Do I have enough here to... Yes, I can defend Somerset should the Mercians or Saxons attack, and I think we're actually going to occupy Dorset. Okay, so I just destroyed the building that I should have kept. That's fine. We'll still go for watchtowers. Let's see. Now we're going to change tack. That's going to be this takes 4 years though to build them. I want our elite units. I want the flavour of trade because we're going to now train these elite soldiers, and they're drawn from the nobility of Ireland and Norway and Denmark. So we're going to gather the best warriors to our banner possible, with the promise of being lords in Ireland and increasingly the lands we've conquered in southern England. And they are going to lead, of course, the landsmen, but the best warriors in the world are now going to be trained here. So we'll go for a metalsmith skill to make those soldiers even more terrifying. And let's see, Jutland will go for a trader here in Jutland because we've completed our pagan shrines. Right. So and of course we can bring in our reinforcements. So in addition to, we'll bring them into Somerset for now, because they're ultimately going to join our occupying army. In fact, what they may eventually do is will join our champion, who's going to start occupying the outlying islands, and that's going to be the 3rd phase of our conquest. So let's lower tax on Dorset. Public order is already under control. Next turn. Money's really becoming a problem. This is a rabble we'll take down easily. That's easy enough. Stand on a giant hill. The enemy do have some archers, but we should be able to hold them off if we're in loose formation. Our line. Don't know why they wandered off. At some point I am probably going to have to start budgeting and, you know, build a sustainable economy. But for now I'm just trying to keep my economy afloat with looting and by just conquering territory. These are a mixture of different incomes. Let's see how far we can take the whole looting thing. My best target for those are troops. Here's the problem with taking shelter at the border. Right, let's see. We're going to have to do a 2-layer defense here now. Because they're fighting right on the border of the map. Tighten up and just try not to walk into melee. No, you don't. There's a gap forming in the line. Move up so you can keep an eye on the situation. Attack. I hit the archers because they're now probably the biggest threat on the battlefield. We'll smash that last unit of spearmen. For a second there I thought it was my general that hopped it because that message came up just as he impacted the enemy battle line. We're done here. "200 peasants. Oh, what the heck." Allocate 4 units to this. I don't think we need any more. I'll tell our 1 Huscarl to withdraw off the field in order. Charge. Alright, how many troops do they actually have in the stockade? Okay, so we know that a group of them are going to be lurking around outside in the settlement, or going... No, wait. Oh, yeah, because it's 2 groups of 100. That's fine. No, we won't attack just yet. Wait until our troops start breaking in. Ouch, I think the wall came down on top of their heads. Yeah, some poor twerp got flattened. Because other than a wall landing on someone, that went pretty well. Wow. Nope. So that's my king dead again. Well, that's... Let's see. That means that Prince Magnus is currently our only heir, and he's under age. So a civil war is going to break out if my king dies again. So this is King Sigurd. He was going to command. He was in charge of the force down here at Sussex. So let's see. These men here are of the previous generation, so they will basically still operate. Well, actually, no. What they will do is they'll meet up then with the king. So the king's now going to command the army, which means that once again, until our No, they are basically going to they'll form their own army. So that's that generation's army. How should this work? Because the whole point of having the generations stick together was to ensure loyalty to one another, but these men don't really have any real reason to be loyal to the son, other than being loyal to their nephew out of love for their brother. There's not really much reason for them to be loyal to King Sigurd. But I think in that case they should. They'll still work together well as a unit. I think actually, yeah, they should then be expected to come and swear loyalty to the. No, it's better if the generations stay separate. No, that would never work. They would have to be expected to come and swear loyalty to the new king and work directly under him. So, right, King Sigurd then will come and join our occupation army, and we'll send the champion to take charge of the raiding force, which is in Sussex. Now, actually, although it is a raiding force, we might be able to secure Sussex as well. So let's see if we can extend an occupation army that far out. Consider what we have in Somerset. As long as I can secure the room. So I take some archers and some of the Viking carls. If they can come over to Sussex, that actually secures us loyalty. But I want my raiding force to be able to move on. So Sussex is going to come under our control. If I can... I'll attack Essex first of all, because I'm going to try and trap their king. No, yeah, but let's see what our loyalty situation. Bring over the troops from. Oh, Cornwall's still not loyal. Have we got anything trained up in Ireland? And that's next turn. But we have restored. Right, so we can bring in some forces from Norway now. It's still not going to leave our public order nearly good enough. I think actually we should attack Wessex, because aside from anything else we're going to need it to secure Somerset. Let's consider what we have here. I need enough to keep the Mercians honest, which means I need at least 5 units, I'd say. And I've already only got 4. And this army isn't really anything. I wish I knew why public order was so bad here. And Dorset will build the warrior hold I shouldn't have destroyed in the first place. Because that may be part of the problem. There's no stronghold here. I don't really have a good grip on Sussex. I could delay my raid this turn, but then I'm worried this army will do something. So let's see, these aren't actually royals. So wait, this army should be commanded by this group here anyway. What we could do is leave some of these units at home. I'm already going... do we really have enough strength to attack here? I think we're just going to have to wait a turn, because I don't have enough strength in my raiding force to make an attack there. So we'll wait for 1 turn. It means, of course, that I'm not raiding anything this turn. I don't like that. But I think we might have to deal. Okay, fine. We'll build up a warrior hold in Somerset, and then I'll start settling my warriors here. So we must have someone who's worthy amongst the royal. No, none of my new lords are capable of actually running a settlement. We're all terrible administrators. This is the first. Targus here is the first person who's actually worthy. So which is wealthier, Dorset or... Okay, Sussex is definitely the wealthier province, so he gets Sussex. And I guess in Dorset we'll wait until someone comes along who actually knows what they're doing. Okay, that's how things will continue for now. Now, Lagan has completed its construction here. We'll go after improved farmland. Still working on that economy. Which is net. We're now turning a profit. Things are improving. But they're not going... Oh, fine, we'll wait. Chafing at the bit to keep expanding. A lot of people dying. So that's my heir. So the royal, each generation will see the royal squadron keep expanding, I guess. So Prince Magnus should make his way to join the royal squadron as soon as possible. And since that's currently our occupation force, do we have enough public order, I wonder? Go for basic farms here. Do we have enough public order to make this work? Because that's going to leave a gap there, but I can fill it with new recruits from Ireland. I should be able to sustain that situation. Any economists amongst them? Nope. Just keep an eye on public order. Oh, why is public order spiraling out of control? That's really not good. I'll risk it for now, but I'm getting more concerned about that. Anyway, there's no one we can really use to improve taxes. We managed to secure loyalty in Dorset. What can my raiding force move off now? Yes, it can. We've established public order. and there's no point in chasing the remaining Saxons around the English countryside. We are going to attack somewhere else now. So I take that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should do some reinforcements here. Okay, fine. We're expanding militarily, so I suppose we don't need the raiding army to be active right now. And we'll get... okay. Next turn, pray we don't get a revolt. We get an invasion instead, lovely. Right. It's... how many soldiers are they invading with? Just an army of peasants. We should be fine. Let's go. So this will probably be our final battle today. We have mostly crushed the Saxons now, and the Mercians are now getting involved, but it's on the flat ground. But this is going to be a force of peasants. Once we kill the general, the enemy army should disintegrate. And we're facing a large army, so we're going to drop in a deep formation. And the idea is basically going to just wade straight through the middle of this large unwieldy army. In fact, to aid with that, I'm going to take up an aggressive stance. We're going for the enemy commander here. If I can find him in the woods. Those urban militia can be quite dangerous, but of course that's where we need to go. That's where the enemy general is. Go! Straight through the middle, and the landsmen behind are basically there to make sure that he doesn't get surrounded. Oh my god. Uh-oh, that I wasn't expecting. All troops to the centre! They're going to have to ignore the danger of the enemy behind them. They're going to have to attack here. I knew that urban militia unit was trouble. Armour-piercing soldiers, very dangerous. Surprisingly so. Well, this is going very differently to how I imagined it. Oh, come on, someone kill him! Oh, finished. Look at all those banners. Look at all those English banners. of our marshals managed to lead a counterattack to prevent us from getting completely encircled. Oh no! He must have been. The enemy general killed my commander in person. He practically won the battle for the English by himself. What a hero! I don't mind losing to such a man. But what does this mean for our army? We've lost our famous marshal. And we've lost one of our key provinces. I won't kill the prisoners, they can go free. Well, we took Wessex without a fight, but I will need to counterattack. And we've just been cut off from Ireland. No, we haven't. Thankfully, we haven't. Because we can still go around the long way. What a dreadful turn that was. So I thought I would just scythe straight through the centre, but those militiamen stopped me dead. Look at... Great warrior. He had +5 hit points as well. So all of that came together to turn that from what should have been a sure run thing into a military catastrophe. King Sigurd's only just taken a throne and already has a military disaster under his belt. We've managed to take most of Saxony, most of the Saxon lands. But I think for now we're going to leave it there. We're now at war with the Mercians, and we're now really starting to expand into England, but we're running into money problems, and we've got this massive English host to deal with. And what remains of my marshal's army is trapped in the castle. So I'm going to need to appoint a new marshal from amongst my forces. And I'll have to figure out where to go from here. I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this. Looks like a civil war starting there. No, it's just a peasants' revolt. And I will see you in the next one. Farewell.